Today, we're going to be talking about common mistakes in requirements gathering and how you can avoid them. Can you remember Mama Laide? If you've been watching this channel, you know her by now. She's our famous Iyalamala, meaning the person who cooks amala or the owner of the amala joint. And she has been having a lot of demand for our amala. Customers are interested in amala. So Mama Laide calls a developer and asks him to develop an app for her. A few weeks later, the app is out. It is beautiful to behold and it ticks all the right boxes. But as soon as customers start using it, they discover a few problems. Customers cannot select more than one choice of meat. There was no option for pickup only. And then the kitchen team wasn't getting any notifications when orders came in. Mama Laide became furious. But I told you, I explained all of this to you, she told the developer. She felt that she had explained everything to him before commissioning him for the project. But in reality, she had only made assumptions. They were not structured requirements. Good requirement gathering is everything. It is where most projects fail. So what is requirements gathering? Requirements gathering is the process of finding out what stakeholders really need, as against what they think they need or what they want. As a business analyst, you want to find out what's needed, why is it needed, and how is it meant to behave. Now let's break down some of the most common errors that are made in the requirements gathering process. The first one is assuming instead of asking. Many business analysts say, I already know what they need. But that's an assumption. You don't know what they need. You need to ask, explore, and confirm. So what's the fix for this? Just ensure that you validate your assumptions with the stakeholders. Another error is not involving the right people. Many times you talk to the boss because you assume that they are the ones with the authority and the power and they know everything. But that is often untrue. You need to talk to the end users as well. So talk to the end users, talk to the managers, talk to the customers, talk to everyone that is involved in delivering value using that system. Another assumption is not digging deep enough. Sometimes stakeholders say things like, we want the system to be fast. Okay, fast, yes, that sounds good. But what does fast really mean? Does it mean that you want it to load in 3 seconds? So it has to be specific enough. You have to dig deep enough to know what they are really saying. You can ask questions like, can you give me an example? Or could you explain further? Ensure that you know what they are really saying. Yet another error is focusing on what people say they want. You see, this is tricky because oftentimes people don't know what they need. They have an idea of what they need. They know what they think they need and they keep saying that. But as a business analyst, you need to observe. You need to observe processes and see the errors. Because if, for example, stakeholders say, we need more staff, it actually might be a process problem. And if you're able to fix the problems with the process, you might find out that they don't actually need more staff. So as a business analyst, you must pay attention and you must observe so that you can find the root causes and the underlying reasons and solve those. Yet another error is poor documentation. So don't just get requirements. Make sure you document them and make sure you document them in proper formats. Ensure that they're documented to be clear and to be testable. You can document as user stories, use cases, or requirement specifications, but ensure that there is clarity and testability. And of course, you should ensure that you get sign off. Yet another error is not prioritizing requirements. If you do not prioritize requirements, everything will be urgent at once, and that will lead to failure. So you want to ensure that you know what needs to be done now, what can wait till later, and what can be taken off the list. A way to do that is to make use of Moscow. Must have, should have, could have, and wouldn't have. I made a video earlier to talk about that. You can watch it if you'd like to know about Moscow prioritization. And the final error we're going to talk about is not having traceability. So imagine that you have about 30 requirements, but you can't remember who said what. Where did a particular requirement come from? That's a problem of not having traceability. So you need to have traceability. You need to be able to trace the origin or the source of a requirement. And if I could add one bonus to cap it up, I would say that the biggest error you can make is talking too much. As a business analyst, you need to learn how to listen more than you speak. Listen more than you speak. Let people do the talking while you do the listening. You need to learn how to ask open-ended questions so that people supply you with information, and then you can use that information for the needed purposes. Don't do the talking for them. Ask questions to get clarification, but not to foster your assumptions on people. So, what are the golden rules of requirements gathering? They are: ask, don't assume; clarify everything; involve real users; prioritize ruthlessly; document clearly; and keep stakeholders involved throughout. So, gathering requirements is a very essential art. If you do it wrongly, it can lead to losses in millions, can lead to time wasting, and maybe even the need to come up with endless reworks of your solution. So you want to do it right from the start. And that means that you're not collecting wishes, you are getting actual needs. My name is Olumide Adeleye. I'm the business analysis coach. If you head over to businessanalysiscoach.com, you'd be able to find the different courses that I offer. Whether you're looking for certification or you're looking for practical business analysis training, I have programs just for you. So head over to businessanalysiscoach.com or chat with us via WhatsApp, and you will be able to get more details on that. Have you subscribed to this channel? Do so right away. And ensure that you click on the notification bell so that you can get updates, you can get more of my content. Bye for now.